All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is your host, Ray Hasson, and we are here live at the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. And this is the WPBA Masters. I'm your host, Ray Hasson, and we're here with two-time world champion, one of the original members of the WPBA, Mary Kinniston. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you.
Mary, it's going to be an exciting match. This is winner's side, both undefeated players. How many world titles do we have in this match?
Probably 15 between them.
It's unbelievable.
Around 15. And Allison is the winningest female player to date of all time.
Yeah.
She's probably got 80 or so WPBA titles. Maybe before she came over here to this country, she was a snooker champion.
Right.
And I don't know how many titles she amassed over there.
She also won the event at Ho Chunk Casino versus
right.
Guy Young Kim.
Right, the last event, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And these two, and then LoreeJon. LoreeJon's been playing pool since she was a little girl. As I mentioned previously, I used to take LoreeJon to tournaments with me when she was 11, 12 years old. And I think she won her first world title at the age of 16. She won a straight pool title, world champion straight pool player at 16.
That's amazing.
And she's won the 9-ball. And anyway, so this is a classic match and an aptly named match. These two are the masters of the game.
That's right.
So it's going to be a thriller. And these two have played each other quite a few times. I would be interested to know how many times they played, 50 or 100 times over the course of the last 25 years.
This is a race to 9, and they are racking the 9 on the spot and doing the 3-point rule. So the 3-point rule is you make a point each time you pocket a ball, and you also get a point for each ball that passes the head string. So, or it's the incoming player's shot. They just alternate the breaks. They're using the AccuRack from Outsville, template rack.
I believe she's going to draw back 2 rails. Nice spin. Beautiful shot.
It was so important. She cleared that 8 and 6,
Mm-hmm.
and she did. But she may have gotten behind the 7 partially.
Well, I think she's
She's already looking at her next shot. So
yeah, so she's fine.
Yeah, she can clearly see it.
Yeah, and she's going to follow this, or maybe just stun it up between the 9 and the 4. Okay, she did go to the side rail. Very nice. Notice she stays on the correct side of the ball. So now she's just going to make the 3 and slide to the rail. She's looking to see where she wants to land for the 4, and she's already plotting ahead to the 5. Always play 3 balls ahead. Allison is a true clinician of the game. She's a phenomenal player.
Well, she got a hold of that one. I don't think she
Sure
intended to hit it
did.
that hard.
Yeah, she definitely let her stroke out. I'm not sure that can she cut it into the side, or is it too deep?
It almost seems like a better shot.
Well, it could be.
Might be to draw back 3 rails and come around for the 5 in the bottom left corner.
Yeah, that's what she's going to do. And like I say, when you're constantly having to revise.
No, she's going down.
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. See, I thought it was laying funny. All right. Well, LoreeJon's got ball in hand, and there are no balls tied up.
Now she's got to be real careful to get on the 6 ball on the correct side so she can fall down for the 7.
That's
that
correct.
8 balls.
The 8 ball's a blocker.
That's right. It's restricting a lot of shots.
Not sure what she's going to do. Is she going to roll up and shoot the 6 in the side, or is she going to?
Yeah, I think she is. She's gonna. Wow, and she stayed below the 6.
Yeah, that's.
I was thinking she was going to stay above it.
Okay, so she's going to go 1 or 2 rails, and to get down here for the 7. Okay, very nice. That's a nice path.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes. And we were talking last match, Dawn and I, about the value of having a straight pull background.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a straight pull shot. LoreeJon runs the balls as good as anybody. Beautiful. She's a several-time Player of the Year. She retired a couple of years ago. And,
oh, yeah?
Yes, and she just started playing again the last couple of years. And like Dawn and I were discussing before, you know, it's just, you just can't ever seem to get away from the game.
Yeah, that's right.
You get drawn back in constantly.
Well, it's because we love it.
That's exactly right. It's in your blood. Oh. Wow. Wow.
Well, brutal miss, and Allison Fisher with a big break and a chance to take the first game here with a single shot.
So is she going to cut it? She's looking at it. And all you have to do is pocket the ball. I mean, I know it's a tough shot, but just pocket the ball and don't scratch. And she pockets the balls as well as anyone. Ooh, she overcut it.
Sure
LoreeJon is going to get another shot at it.
Both players showing a little first game of the day stress here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, LoreeJon didn't miss any of those back in the day. It's hard to come back, too. You know, she's been struggling. She says, I know what to do, but I can't execute it. And I told her, I said, you just got to get tournament tough again. You know. Okay, she tried to bank it. And she played it on the correct side. Allison's going to bank this one. One rail. I think she's going to bank it into the lower left-hand pocket. Looks like she's cutting it a little bit. It's hard to tell from here. We're in a booth. Okay, she was right. She didn't let it roll off. She's liable to two-rail it. Nope. Well, LoreeJon's got an open shot. It's a tough one. This is highly unusual. I've never seen this many shots between these two players. Well, I think Allison's going to win this one.
All right, fans, if you want to look over here by the tournament director's
Oh, well, it landed on the rail. She's shooting out of the jaws.
Tough shot.
This is a tough one. This is incredible.
Around, trying to get you to participate. There's only 3 of these in existence. It's a $1,500 value. It's a WPBA anniversary custom-made cube from Jacoby Cubes. So if you have any interest in that, Randy's going to come around and try to collect. We're selling tickets for $10 for one ticket.
Okay,
$20
Allison
for
draws
3,
first blood.
$40 for 7, and $100 for 20 tickets. So find Randy, and we will get you guys signed up. We'll be giving this thing away on Sunday.
LoreeJon's going to have to shake that off. She knows that she should have had that game. She missed a fairly easy 9-ball, but she's got to shake it off and get over it. She'll have plenty of chances this match. I'll switch over here if you want me to.
All right, Mary. I'm gonna step out, and I'm gonna turn it over to a very competent co-commentator, Kelly Fisher, is going to sit in with you.
Kelly is the defending champion of this event.
That's right. So that's a very very nice treat. All right, I'm stepping out.
Okay, I'm being joined in the booth by my good friend. Everybody knows this lady. Her name is Kelly Fisher.
Hi there, everybody. It's nice to be here. And it's been a year since I've actually been back over in America since the Vegas tournament.
Yeah, almost a year. That's right.
Yeah.
The Asian Culture Day event.
That's right.
Yeah, I did the commentary there, and you played Saming on the final.
That's right.
And defeated her.
That's right, yes.
Yeah,
that was a good
big,
one.
huge win. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yep.
Well, this is a match for the ages. These two have played 100 times.
That's right.
And I think, at least in the 90s, that LoreeJon was Allison's opponent in the finals
Right.
many times.
Yeah, that's just before I come over.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And so these two players have a lot of history. Probably have at least 15 world titles between them.
Wow.
And millions of world titles and championships. I used to take LoreeJon with me to tournaments when she was 11 and 12.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So we go back a long way.
Yeah, well, me and Allison, I've known Allison since I was 13.
Playing snooker in
Playing
England.
snooker.
Yes.
So that's a good 27 years ago.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, when you did you play at the same time with her, or were you just behind her?
Well, I did play at the same time, so I started when I was 13,
Mhm.
and at that time she was 23.
Okay.
And then I think she left to come to America
And she came in 95
in
in the fall.
95, so I'd have been 17.
Okay.
Yeah, so we played, for about 4 years
Mhm.
together.
Well, she's got a good angle here. She's got, because just this roll down or punch it over for the two in the same pocket.
Yeah.
Two is on the end rail. Very nice. She needs a little bit of a bounce.
That's a little straight.
She got a little.
Yeah.
But
Maybe a little
but-
straight than what she wanted, but
Yeah,
she should be okay.
she'll be fine. Now this is an example of where you calculate your diamonds. 1 inch per follow through per diamond. So she needs to go one to the rail, and then 3 diamonds up is 4, and then you cut it in half because you spin on it,
Right, that's exactly right.
and that's how you calculate your speed. If she didn't put English on it, she would have to give a 4. I'm talking about it with a medium stroke, a
Mhm,
rolling cue
mhm.
ball, and but it's pretty accurate.
Well, the diamond tables are very responsive,
Mhm.
so that's one thing that the rails are very responsive, so you can get a lot of action out on
Right.
them.
Yeah, they're live.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
used to call them live.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now she got a little flat on this one too,
Mm-hmm.
but Allison will get the maximum out of it. And
But what we try and do is always leave the right angle.
right.
You really in pool don't like to be straight.
No,
It's always.
I like to be straight on my the
Nine
money ball.
That's right.
Straight and close.
That's right. And that's about it. Other than that, we're all looking for angles all the
Mhm.
time.
I was saying yesterday that when you only want to move the cue ball short, small distances, you should always try to play for quarter ball shape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And when you need to move the cue ball around the table,
Mm-hmm.
you always should go for at least half ball, or
yeah.
3/4 ball shape.
Yeah.
And if you try to put yourself into positions like that, you will increase your run out ability.
That's right. The patterns. It's all about the patterns. Makes
Right.
it a lot
And
easier.
staying on the right side of the ball.
That's right.
So now here it's about 2 diamonds. It's 1 diamond to the rail, and about 2 out, which is 3. And that's exactly. She overran it a little bit. So now, what would you do? Would you go around the table, or would you try to slow spin it in, or slow roll it?
I'd just one rail it, just
Okay.
pocket speed, and
Mhm.
with a fast diamond tables that should just come up nice for the 9.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if she's going to draw it though, but no.
Oh, she's hitting it low. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. And another good rule of thumb is because the worst thing you can do is to scratch on the 9.
Oh.
And I was told a long time ago, play position on the 9.
Yep.
Pick a spot on the rail that you want to go to, and then just treat it like it's another ball.
That's right. That's
and,
right.
And as soon as I started doing that, I increased my win percentage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, she takes a 2-game lead. LoreeJon's going to have to get after it.
I mean, a lot of people, you know, a lot of players, including all of us actually, on the 9 ball, can choke. And
Yes.
what creates that, you know, because it's just another shot,
Right.
it's just another ball. But we all know that nerves and the pressure comes into it.
Absolutely,
you
no
know,
matter how
so
good you play.
That's
Yeah.
right. But the more you can take it like a regular shot, the more the percentage of you making it and winning the game.
Right.
So.
Yeah, last week, in fact, I saw a little video, a YouTube video, a compilation of people missing the money ball. And, you know, simple, you know, like everybody misses.
Absolutely.
And they started out with the one that Alex missed a few
Oh,
years
wow.
ago, that where he just...
Yeah, I was just going to say that
Yeah.
that one comes to mind straight
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Poor Alex, because
yeah. Everybody has their list of nightmares, and I'm sure that's tops his list.
that's right. You know, just directly after that event when he missed that 9 ball, I went to China for the GBE, which is the Billiard Expo
Mm-hmm.
show in China, and I walked in the entrance of it. It's huge. I walked in the entrance, and there on these big TVs all around for Rasson tables,
Right.
all around was Alex's 9.
Missing that 9 ball?
Really?
Oh, my God.
Really, and I thought, poor Alex, really.
Yeah.
And he was there.
Yeah,
and he's
making
like,
sure everybody
"What's
saw
going
it."
on? Yeah, why does everybody, you know, it's that unusual, but it does happen.
Oh, that had to be horrible
Yeah,
for him.
terrible. I don't know why. I don't know if they were trying to, I don't know what they were trying to gain out of that, but poor Alex.
All right, LoreeJon's got a real tester here.
I think I play safe personally, but I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
she
not
is.
sure what she's doing.
I think she's going for it, and the 2 must go past the 6.
She's banking it. Wow.
That's dangerous. I don't know whether she went for it into the top left or whether she really went to
She might have
bank it.
gotten fortunate. No, she's got a full look at it. Well, it sure doesn't look like on the monitor that it passes. Past the 6. It does definitely go up table. And of course, you could play for the bank. Okay.
That's 6
Ooh.
ball. Yeah.
Does she have a pocket? Let's take a look.
I think so.
Move, Allison. Apparently she does.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Just
does.
go past.
Okay. And this is something that Allison does. And LoreeJon too, but Allison, I thought she was going to roll it, but rolling that ball, and that's from snooker.
That's right, yeah. The shot making.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah. That's one thing from snooker that we, you know, I suppose myself, Alice and Karen, certainly does improve his shot making.
Mhm.
However, you wouldn't have seen that last night from me, but, you know.
Well, you know, in your defense, Kelly, you had 0 opportunities in the first few games.
Yeah.
And so she jumped out to a 4-game lead.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, sorry to interrupt, Mary, but that 3 ball was a...
wow, that was a... LoreeJon leaped out of her chair.
Yeah, I bet. She didn't expect that one.
Yeah. The 5 is laying funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she can cut it in the side. It depends on how far away it is from the rail. It's possible to go in the side.
But yeah, yesterday was... I just couldn't really get on anything from the break either. You know, it just...
Right. You never got a shot off the break.
Yeah, and everything felt
Funny.
awkward.
Balls were
Yeah.
tied up.
Yeah, and
When she got up there,
it was-
it was
but
clear.
I did also make some very crucial, very silly errors.
Yeah, you missed a
shot-
couple balls that
Yeah.
I thought you would make.
Yeah, I just...
But you
didn't-
know, hey, it's
The
you know,
game.
you're playing a lady who some
Punishes
people
you.
say is the best player in the world.
Yeah, she punishes you, all
She
right.
sure does. Right, watch out! Don't get behind that 6. Ugh.
That's a little unfortunate because I really
Yeah.
thought she had a good line there.
Yeah, she did. She just had to not hit it so hard. She'd jump over it.
I don't like the
She's looking.
jumps when they're that close to the rail, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad, but...
Not sure if we're going to be able to see it from behind.
I think it's like pretty straight. So it's, but again, when you jump in,
Yeah, I'll go
nothing's
from the
easy.
side so I can see it. Oh boy,
Good attempt.
sure was. She hit it pretty good. I think the 5 passes.
Yeah.
And this is just make the ball and shape is automatic. Maybe put a little bit of left on it to pull it over. She'll just roll this down a little bit. Boy, she overhit that.
She did, indeed. And there, that's why the cue ball travelled too much.
Yeah,
So
yeah, she hit a little too hard.
she kind of hit a bit too thin.
Yeah. Well, I think she's got to go around the table, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. She's got to figure out how she's going to come off and come into the line of the shot. Oh, wow.
I think,
That was totally unexpected.
yeah, I think too hard. That straightened up the
yeah,
ball.
I thought she was going to spin,
Mhm,
spin
me
herself,
too.
a nice medium stroke
Yeah.
spin. Well, LoreeJon has to just love it because she knows that she should have lost that game when she hooked herself.
That's right.
And Allison's got to be sick that she didn't get a 3-game lead. All right, she's on the board. Two-one, Allison. Well, we've seen at least I've seen two things that I've never seen before.
What's that?
Is watching these players play.
Mm-hmm.
And LoreeJon missing that relatively simple 9-ball
Mhm.
in the beginning.
All right.
And Allison just now,
The 3-ball.
the scratch.
And the 3-ball before
And the
that.
3-ball, yeah. And it just goes to show you that no matter how good you play,
Mhm.
when you play an opponent that you know
Mhm.
is tough,
That's right.
it's everybody gets nervous.
That's
Everybody
right.
gets the jitters. And I used to settle down in like the second or third game,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know. But, I did, adrenaline gets going.
Of course.
And, Allison's got the break. The Duchess of Doom. She was nicknamed by our former tournament director, Steve Tipton. The Duchess of Doom.
I wonder why.
She came over to the United States in 1995. Kelly Oyama, one of the former WPBA players, also a room owner.
That's right.
She had mothers in Charlotte, and so she invited, when you were a promoter of an event, you got at least one promoter invite.
Right.
And so she invited Allison to come over, and so it's all Kelly's fault that...
It's funny. I remember we were over in the UK, and Allison told me, she said, I'm going to go to America and play 9-ball. And I said, no, you won't. She said, no, I really am. And we were playing in India at the time in the World Championship snooker. And Q-Tech were already on board with her. And I remember the snooker cue that she played with was Q-Tech. And I don't know, they're great pull cues, but she wasn't sure about the snooker cue. And
Right.
she said, I'm going to America. And I'm like, nah. Anyway, she did, and it was the best thing she ever did. I
Yes,
think.
yes.
Absolutely.
And, we had a couple of players that came over from non-Americans that
Yep.
came over and played in an occasional event in the late 80s. Yoko Miura,
Right.
her married name was Yoko Anamura. She married
I have
Takeshi Anamura.
That's right.
Okay, but they were just boyfriend, girlfriend at the time. And she came over in 87 or 88. And
Right.
she was on par with We Top Women.
Right.
And I got to play her one time, and I did win.
Right.
But we went down to the wire.
Right.
And so she was probably the first that I remember coming from a different country. She was from Japan. And then Franziska Stark from Germany.
That's funny. I've played her at snooker.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, she came over to play in our U.S. Open. The men and the women used to have U.S. Opens together. And so she came over, I'm thinking maybe 89.
Right.
Okay, and played in, and then when we went to Bergheim, Germany to play in the first WPA World Championship,
Oh, okay.
6 American women and 10 American men went to Bergheim, Germany.
Gotcha.
And so then that was the first time we saw some other ladies and that played. And then Jennifer Chen
Yep.
came over from Taiwan, and then Gerda came over. She played in the inaugural Classic Tour event,
Right.
and won it.
Did she?
Yes, she and I were supposed to be in the finals, and I got a little weak, and I was playing a good shot maker, and she edged me out. Should have been Gerda and I in the finals.
Right.
So I came in third, and so she won that match easily, and won her first event over here.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I think she won, I don't know if it was the next one, but she won Atlanta, which was either the next tournament. I remember I had my daughter with me, so it was June. So no, it was a couple events later.
Right.
And she won that one in Atlanta. But anyway, and then, like I say, then Allison came, and then Helena came over. And
Sarah Ellaby.
yeah, see, I was gone by then. I
Right.
retired in mid-'99.
Right.
So I never, of course, I've heard of her, but
Yeah.
I never played her.
And then you got, of course, Karen and Julie. Karen.
Yeah,
Julie
Karen's last tournament, my first tournament might have been my last.
Kelly. Right.
Maybe one or two before that. I remember the first tournament that I remember them in was when we played at the Super Billiards Expo in Philadelphia,
Right.
and that's the first time that I noticed them.
Well,
And that was 99.
yeah, because I played Karen in the '98
Mm-hmm.
World Championships.
Right.
And she'd been beating me. Allison had gone. She'd been beating me
This is in snooker.
in snooker, and then
Snooker, I love the way you guys say that. Snooker.
And then in '99, I knew she'd gone to America '98 or late '98, and then '99 she come back, and I got to play her in the final again. And she told me she was in America.
Gonna stay.
Yeah. And she played me with a pool cue. Played me in the final of the World Championships
Really?
with a pool
Wow.
cue, yeah. And she said she was going to stay. And then 2004, me and Val come over.
That's right.
Val Finney, yeah.
And then Kim Shaw.
Kim Shaw's, before that actually, Kim, yeah. So, yeah,
And you guys all ended up in Charlotte.
no, I know, that was ironic also, really.
Well, she made a great shot on the 6 here, but unfortunately she's left herself a tough cut on the 8, or a combination on the 9. I think she's going to pocket it in the open pocket.
No, is she? Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I kind of like the bank, personally, because on the diamonds, I don't know, I quite like the bank, but maybe that's a bit
Oh, boy.
adventurous.
Yeah. Well, I think, I wonder if, I think that ball goes underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she got plenty of room. Well, that's, LoreeJon's got to be sick. But she got to add a line on the 6.
Yeah.
5 to the 6.
That's one thing, when I did come over, I thought, playing 9 ball's going to be easy. Because, smaller table, bigger
Right.
pockets,
Mhm.
I soon learnt my lesson there, because clearly it's not the shot making. If you get out of line, things just become real tough, and all of a sudden
You're in
missing-
trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble, and if you're missing 7, 8, 9s or 6, 7, 8, 9s,
Mhm.
then
Yep.
you just can't afford to do that at any level, really.
That's correct. Well, this match should be tied at 2.
Yeah. Very
Mhm.
easily could have been, should have been.
Yep. It's an alternate break format, so luckily LoreeJon can get on the table, and I do know, I have seen her do it. I've seen her break and run. So she's quite capable of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But LoreeJon told me she's struggling. She took a few years off, and she thought she was done, and she said, she's in my blood.
Yeah.
So she's trying to come back, but she said it's tough. There's not enough tournaments in this country
Mm-hmm.
to stay tournament tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really worth it to travel around the world
Yeah.
to try to come back, unless you had a sponsor.
That's
you know,
right.
you're not going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars of your own money. And she's definitely not playing as well as I've seen her play.
Uh-huh. I mean, age does have a factor.
And age. She's, I'm not going to give away her age,
No.
but she's probably, I know she's definitely early 50s, and Ava's early 50s.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Most
good.
of the girls were 10 years or so younger than I am. Yeah, and I started late. I didn't start playing until I was 23.
Right.
Where a lot of
well,
the other girls started when they were kids,
Of course, yeah.
little kids.
In China now, I'm the eldest, unless Ali comes.
Wow,
Unless Allison
really?
comes over, I'm the
Wow,
oldest. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which, God grief, it doesn't seem so long ago when I was the youngest.
Mhm,
Played
yeah,
snooker,
yeah,
I remember.
yeah. Oh, it was funny, just yesterday when Allison played, I said she came over in 95, and Ray said, wow, so she's been here almost 25 years. And I thought to myself, you're right. Yeah,
It's
24
unbelievable.
years, and
Yeah.
on one hand it seems like so close, and on the other hand, it's 24 years.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
She's going to use the 6 to stop her, to keep her, just make sure that she doesn't,
Yeah.
just bump it gently. Don't, keep the lanes clear.
That's right.
Now I think she's on the wrong side of the ball here. What do you think?
I don't know if she's got enough angle to punch it in and out. I think so by looking. It's
Yeah.
hard to see.
Well, like you say, the rails are live, so she should be able to draw it out of there. Yeah,
Yeah.
she had plenty of room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it looks a lot harder than it really
That's
is
right.
when you're at the table. Well, she's back in line now.
Yeah, just a nice stop shot here. Leave the angle on the 7.
And that's, that quarter ball angle, when you want to move the cue ball short distances.
I think she left herself straighter than she'd like there. I think she wanted to stop it and it just went to the right a little bit. But
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, she's
she can hit it with a little bit of low left if she wanted to straighten it out a little bit. Now, would you drag it back and stay on that side of the table, or would you punch it over to the other rail?
I think I'd be drawing it back.
I would do too,
Yeah.
because I came up on the old cloth,
Mhm.
and so I'm not good with rolling the ball. Yeah, see, she's better at it than I would be. She realizes that this is a huge game. 4-1. I have not seen anybody recover from a 4-1 lead and win the match.
Right, okay. Well, Janet Atwell was just telling me.
She did
was
yesterday.
5-1
but-
down yesterday.
Yeah,
But you on
yesterday.
the stream.
Yep, we didn't stream it. So 4-1 is the point where I haven't seen anybody come back from that.
Right.
And how do you feel about the alternate break?
Well, I think we kind of have to keep it at alternate break because win a break, however much, there's pros and cons for
See,
both
I never
sides.
played winner break. I
Right.
mean alternate break. It was
Right.
always winner break.
Yeah, but in any sport,
I know, you always get your turn,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think pool is like all the other sports
no, I know
because
what you
you're
mean.
not really playing your opponent.
Yeah.
You're playing the result of what your opponent leaves you, but you're playing the table,
Mhm,
and so you're really you're competing against yourself.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I think it's too difficult to come back at alternate break.
Mm-hmm.
Once you fall behind, people like to see the fans.
Mhm.
I don't know. I know. Lots of people like to see packages.
Yeah. I know, yeah, of course.
You know,
yeah.
put together packages. It's exciting. I think
there's pros and cons for both.
right.
I like winner break, of course. Of course, as a player, you can get going and really
Right.
end up.
Yeah, that's another thing. You never get loose. I never feel like I don't see how you get loose. You know.
Yeah, but for competition, I don't know. It's 50-50 for me.
Yeah.
I like the winner break, but I also think that it's a bit fairer, if that's the right word, for the alternate break.
See, I think it's unfair. I feel if you win the game, you deserve the break, and your opponent deserves to be racking for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want my opponent down there, especially if they gave me the game, if they had an opportunity to screw. I want them thinking about it as they're racking those balls.
Exactly.
I know I do when I'm racking.
Yeah.
And I gave away the game.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of psychology.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's lucky.
Well,
But I suppose, at the alternate break, for somebody to actually get ahead means that it's just equally achievable to pull it back.
right. But then on
However-
the other side of it, yesterday,
Exactly.
using your match as an example,
Exactly.
you
However-
didn't have any
That's
opportunities.
right.
You didn't make any errors. You didn't have any opportunities.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Not until after 4-0.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So sometimes, I'm not saying it doesn't happen in winter break too. I mean, some matches just go that way. You
That's
just
right.
never get a chance.
That's right.
But at least you have an opportunity to maybe put something together. I mean, I won a tournament. I beat Robin twice. We both ended up in the hot seat. She was ahead of me, 8-4, going to 9. I ran 5 and out on her to win the match to secure the spot in the finals, and then she came back in the finals and was ahead of me again, and I ran 5 and out to win the tournament.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And alternate break,
couldn't have done
I
that.
couldn't have done that.
No.
And the crowd loved it.
Of course.
And that's demoralizing to your opponent
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
they come back from the dead. And I was famous for that. They always said never count her out until it's over, because I was capable of putting racks together.
Yeah. The thing is, as a player also, though, you can be 4-0, 5-1 down and still know that you've got, all you need is to get one on the board.
Right,
and you have
just give me a shot.
Give me a
Yeah,
shot, and then you
yeah.
have got that chance to come back
Right.
and win some racks.
Yep.
Alternate break, you
It's
lose the
very
control.
difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult, because you have to not only win on your break, but you have to hope that they screw up and
That's
don't win
right.
their game.
That's right.
And then you get a shot.
That's right.
Because you're not even guaranteed a shot at the table when you, as you saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Allison is methodically picking this rack apart. And she does that as well as up until the last couple of years, anybody I'd ever seen. She's very clinical
Yeah.
in her
absolutely.
dissection.
Absolutely. I mean, when we go over to China, Ali and myself, most definitely we see so many players that are so capable. I mean, the amount of players that are at such a level, high level, it's scary. What makes the difference, you get on a match table and, I'm not saying they fall apart, but certainly
They're not tournament tough, and you have the psychological advantage against them.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I think, as one of the, I consider myself a pioneer of women's pool in the world. I mean, there was only maybe a dozen of us, back in the day, and women just did not go into pool rooms by themselves. I mean, now it's commonplace, but it really makes my heart. I love it.
Yeah.
Because I was told, along with LoreeJon, we all heard it. Players back in the Owl Girls are never going to be able to play. Told that to me by several people that are in the Hall of Fame today. They're still alive and in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And it just really, it swells my heart with pride to see so many women and so many real. I mean, Saming and Ga Young Kim and you and Allison and Karen and you know, like you just said, that there's so many women over there that are capable that just need to get tournament tough and just overcome that psychological advantage, learn how to win.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All of those things.
Experience, you know, you can't practice that or buy that. So.
Right. And conversely, in the United States, which used to be where everybody came,
a hub,
we have rarely nothing here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sorry for the players coming up here in the States that they don't have a tour like we had, where they could get tournament tough and get experience and play the better players and learn from them.
But like anything, I mean, in the UK, I'm living in the UK now again, and we have nothing.
Yeah, so you have to travel.
So it's
for an airplane. You go anywhere you go.
That's right. If you're a young player, you know, all I can advise is practice hard and try and get a sponsor, or you know, use your money wisely and try and get to as many events as you can,
even if they're small.
That's right.
Get used to a tournament.
That's right, and then, but you know, be willing to travel worldwide, because that's where you really get your tournament ready. You know, tournament sharp.
Yeah. See, when I played, went to Germany, went to Taiwan, went to Japan. That was it.
Yeah.
And you know, it was Taiwan, Europe, and the United States for a lot of years.
Yeah, that's right.
And now most of the tournaments are in Asia.
That's right. I mean, we unfortunately lost the Amway Cup, which that had been going 20 or 21 years.
They're not going to have that this year? Really?
No, we've lost it, yeah. And
that is awful.
21 years, I think it was, or 20 years.
Yes, I never went to one of those.
Yeah.
Because that was, they just started that, I think, a year or so before I retired.
Right.
Wow.
But that also, before the Amway Cup, it was the World Championships, which is probably when you went to Taiwan, is that right?
No, I only went to Taiwan once. I went in 92. They had it again in 96, maybe?
Right.
But I didn't go. I had gotten sick, and I was doing rehab.
Right.
I couldn't walk. I woke up half paralyzed. I was in a coma, so I had to come back from that. So that ended my traveling.
Yeah, indeed.
Allison played an excellent safety. LoreeJon did not hit it, giving Allison ball in hand. Well, what do you think? See any problems, Kel?
Well, really, no. It's just, the only thing is she has to get on the right shape on the 2, because the 6 is in the way to use that rail.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
3.
I think if she can get on the 2 to get to the 3, the game should be over.
Yeah, then we're okay.
That's the key ball.
That's right. Because from the 3 to the 4 is
pretty routine.
Yeah. So this is the key shot, really.
Yeah, she'll just spin out to the center of the table.
Yeah.
Okay, now she's going to have to go underneath and around and probably bring her cue ball probably similarly to where it is now, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit closer she'd like.
Yeah, a little closer, but you know, that same angle. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Beautiful.
And then again, now she just needs to get on the right side of the 4.
She can either draw it back and shoot the 4 on the side, which is not what it looks like she's going to do. I don't think it passes into the corner. Very nice. Now I think she'll just pull it back just a hair and just give herself a quarter ball angle on the 6, just so she can stay there for the 7 on the side. Now she's looking, as I say, you should always play 3 balls ahead, so she just looked at the 8 to see where she wants to be. Well, she might have to change her plan a little bit. I think she's going to shoot the 8 in the other corner now. She was going to shoot it. I don't think she's going to go around. She might.
No, a little stop shot.
I think she's just going to cinch it, shoot the 8 in the opposite corner. Yeah. And then just slide down. She went a little far, but she can hold it. Just slide down for the 9, or go to the rail and come down for the 9. One or the other. Yeah, just like that. Beautiful shot. And I know I can always tell when I'm a dead punch. I always end up straight on my 9 balls.
Exactly.
Yeah. 6-1.
Yeah, Allison looks like she's getting good rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
playing well.
Yeah, they both started off rough.
Yeah.
Allison played very well yesterday.
Did she?
Yeah, she played real well yesterday.
Yeah, she looks like she's got the speed of the table, so that's a big thing. You can feel like you're cueing great, but the speed of the table, every table will not be exactly the same.
When Simonis first came to this country, I was paralyzed because, they used to say I played like a man. I had them. You do too.
Right.
It's a compliment.
Yeah,
Had the big stroke and moved the ball around the table, and it really crippled me.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I was afraid to let my stroke out
Mhm,
because every
mhm.
time I did, the ball just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. And then when they first came over, it was 760, not 860.
Right.
So it was even faster. It was like
Yeah.
playing on ice.
Uh-huh.
And I've learned how to play on it now. But
yeah.
I was LoreeJon and I were the two top players, and I didn't win a tournament between '89 and '93.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Really did get
I
you.
was in the top 3 positions almost every tournament
Mhm,
up
mhm.
until then.
Yeah. Wow.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's right. It can change. It's completely changed the game, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the introduction of the jump cues has changed the game. And I think I don't like jump cues. I think I like when I make a good safety, I want them to kick at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because I went to the effort to learn how to kick.
Mm-hmm.
And but like I say, the game evolves. We never used to use a break cue. We just had the one cue.
Really?
And the cue makes us safe. You can't break with it; it's not worth a damn. And that was the way it was. I never had a break cue. Nobody had a break cue.
I wish I were around that time.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so much fun. We had so many tournaments.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was going for a month and a half. I just went from tournament to tournament. I had
Wow.
5 tournaments in a month and a half. It was great.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
those
LoreeJon
were the
has
days.
got to get out here. She's got to get out. She's got to make a move. I've seen her come back from the dead too. Yeah,
She's just landing awkward a little bit, like
yeah.
speed.
She
again.
is also not. I'm going to talk to her later. She is not. LoreeJon used to take so many strokes.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. On hangers, she would 3-stroke. On medium, easy shots, she would take 6 or 7. But she normally would take 10 or 11 strokes.
Oh, my.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And the last stroke, she'd go the little half stroke and then hit it. And she is not doing that.
Right.
She's rushing her shots for her.
For her, yeah.
And
That was a big mistake by Anna.
yes, it was.
But she got away with it.
Yeah, well, the balls knows who's winning. You know how
That's
that goes. Oh, God. And also, we didn't play on diamonds, and diamonds play different
Very.
from gold coins.
Very different.
They kick shorter,
Very different.
they bank shorter.
Absolutely.
LoreeJon just looked up at me and she knows.
Yeah.
And I told her, she's got a gold crown. I told her, I said, if you're going to play in these terms, you got to get yourself a diamond
Yeah.
and learn how to play on them.
It's like me, actually.
Yeah.
All the events in China I played, in Asia, I played on
Brassens?
similar. No, actually, they're similar to gold crowns.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. The knockoffs.
Oh,
yeah.
actually, it's Star now that are doing
Star,
the
yeah,
Star
okay.
tables.
Well, they're a pretty good table, I think.
But they're very, very similar, and they play
Yeah.
exactly same as Brunswick's. And I have a Brunswick at home
Mm-hmm.
in the UK, and if the tour we get more and more events over here, that would have to change
Right.
because I can really feel a difference when I come here.
Oh,
it takes
absolutely.
me
Big adjustment.
It really is. I mean, even yesterday, my first match went very well, and I play well. If you get the hang of diamonds, you can play really well on them. But if you're a little off, they really,
they'll punish
really
you.
punish.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky. I just moved, and I have a friend that plays about my speed. Well, actually, he's a better one. I'm learning how to play one pocket, and I am teaching him cue ball control.
Right.
But we're pretty much matched in ability, and I've been working with him, and so he's, we're starting to have really competitive matches, rotation matches.
Right.
He's got a diamond.
Oh, that's
and
good.
I've got a gold crown. So
perfect.
I've got a tight gold crown.
Me too. Yeah.
Relatively tight, 4 1/4. It's
all right.
And Ernesto tight. There's no shims. He had rails cut. And,
excellent.
Put new rails on it for me. So anyway, it plays really nice. But anyway, so I get the benefit of playing on both tables.
That's great.
And so does he.
Yep.
Oh my God. Well.
Save.
Yeah, look,
she's getting away with it.
Of course. The boss knows who's winning. The girls just looked up at
she's
us at
a
the
lucky
booth.
bugger. She knows what I'm going to be saying about her.
Oh boy, poor LoreeJon.
We have a saying, we call it fish or spawn. And that's a British saying, but spawn means luck.
Right.
So, fish or spawn. Yeah. She's always had it.
I was always the unluckiest player on the tour, and Robin was always the luckiest.
Right.
She would go into balls and come out smelling like a rose, like ball in hand position. She would just go into me. I would go into a ball and I'd be frozen between the ball and the rail. Oh, she's locked it
It's
in.
all happening in this rack. Wow, this has been a
blind squirrels find an acorn once in a while.
Oh dear.
Yeah, meanwhile, she's still got to make this
I
9.
know. And after that, it's all going. It actually seems more difficult than it really is.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
All right. All right. All right, watch out, she says. All right, 6-2.
Mary, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I'm afraid.
All right,
I've got an interview.
Okay,
So,
very good.
yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hi to everybody and wish all the luck to all the players and keep watching. I'm sure you'll see some great matches, and I hope you see me.
I love having you.
Yes,
and if you ever see me, just feel free to pop in anytime.
Absolutely, will do.
And play well.
Thank you very much. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Just hanging up on the side. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't cut mine off. Sorry, Ray. All right, I'm flying solo again. Okay, LoreeJon to break. As you may know, they are racking the 9 on the spot, and they are using the 3-point break rule. Each ball pocketed on the break counts as 1, and you have to bring the remainder of the balls past the head string, or it's an illegal break. You lose your turn. LoreeJon turned pro in 1976, and she is 11 years younger than I am. So she was 11. Yeah, that was when I first started taking her to tournaments with me. So she's been playing since the early days of the WPBA and the early days of women's pool on the planet. She currently lives in Greenville, South Carolina. I think she's been there a long time. I'm thinking maybe 20 years at least, maybe even 25. Her nickname is Queen of the Hill, and she was ranked #1 multiple times, multiple-time Player of the Year, 8-time World Champion, 3 times U.S. Open champ, 3 times Nationals, 5 times Player of the Year, and a BCA Hall of Famer and a WPBA Hall of Famer. And she is sponsored by Joss Hughes and Ultimate Team Gear. And she's a good lady. 6 and the 7 are tied up over there on the side rail. I think, well, I'm wondering if Allison has enough angle to, no, she doesn't. To break them out. Okay, now, she looks like she's fairly flat on the 5 ball, but then you can play, you've got a pretty wide opening there, so you can play it to a certain part of the I can't speak today. Pocket. She's going to play underneath it, but I don't think she got there. I thought she might play for a bank. Well, LoreeJon's got to love it. She figures to get to the table. Maybe even with ball in hand.
Not by anyone's eyes.
One rail kicks are the toughest. Especially when you're forced to cue high ball. You have to factor in. Okay, well, she rocked it, and she may have made the combination playable. It sure, it looks better than it did. It's still a little bit off angle, but it's much more playable than it was. Here you just have to make sure that you remember to try to get a good shot on the 6 after you pocket the 7. Makes it a little tougher, so you got to use a bridge. Beautiful. Now, LoreeJon, as I mentioned previously, started when she was a little kid, so she learned how to use a bridge at an early age out of necessity. So she uses it well. Now she'll just go forward 2 rails and try to come to the middle of the table, I think. Just like that. And basically just cinch the ball and be fairly straight in on the 9. She might go to the rail and bounce out gently. Don't overhit it. Oh boy. Oh, she's got a tough one. But LoreeJon has always been a pretty good shot maker. When you're stretching, you got to make sure you really follow through. Stay down on the ball. Ugh. See, that cost her. She knows that it's another one she should have won. Yeah, she just hit the 8 ball too hard. She just hit it with a dead ball and just no, not stroking it. She stroked it. Well, she's going to get another shot at the table. Is she going to cut it or is she going to bank it? It's a little bit off angle. I think she's going to bank it. She's going to try to stiff it. I think. Oh, she did try to cut it. And she sold out. That's unfortunate. But, when you don't get out when you're supposed to, it just seems like you're lucky if you get at least one other shot, maybe 2, and win the game. 7-2. And it's Allison's break, so while she's doing that, I'll just give you a little bit of history on Allison. And as I mentioned previously, she's been nicknamed the Duchess of Doom. She was born in England and came over here in 1995 and to Charlotte, and she loved it so much that she made it her home, and she still lives there. That was in 95. She's been the #1 player, it seemed like forever, up until the last couple of years. And she's won 80 professional titles. They include 4 world championships, World Games gold medal, 8 national and 8 U.S. Open titles. She plays with a P-Shower cue. She has her own cue line with P-Shower, a beautiful cue. And she's got a website, AllisonFisherCues.com and AllisonFisher.com. So check those sites out and check out her cue line. And the thing about her cues is that they don't come in a standard length. She plays with a 55 or a 56-inch cue. And you can get it in any length that you want, and it'll be custom to you. And she will work with you to determine what she thinks and what you think is the best length for your build, because everybody's different.
Bonnie Arnold on table number 1.
She's got a good opening shot on the 1 ball. Now it's possible she can cut the ball in. She can bank the 2-1 rail. She can play safe, but the thing is that the 3 is down the other end of the table, and it's behind the 6 and the 8. That was pretty much a free shot, because as long as she didn't scratch in the side, the cue ball did end up down there. Now LoreeJon's got a problem in that I don't see how she could pocket the ball and not go into the 9. I think she's looking to play the combination. That's what I would do. Bring the cue ball down table. But I'm not sure what she's doing. I think Allison has most of the pocket available to her for the 2 ball. But again, getting down table underneath the 6 and the 8 is going to be a problem. And I'm joined in the booth by our host, Ray Hasson.
Hey, Mary.
He's back.
Wow, what a match here. Allison Fisher seems like she's running away here. What's been happening?
Well, the score, it does look like Allison has been running away with the match. But the thing is that the match has been a lot closer than it appears. Each player has made several uncharacteristic mistakes, allowing the other person at the table. Each player has missed balls, and but unfortunately, LoreeJon just fallen behind and just can't capitalize. And
things been going Allison's way when
balls knows who's winning. Every time LoreeJon gets up there, most of the time when she gets up there, it's been tough.
Yeah.
And but she blew. She missed the first 9 ball, a simple 9 ball.
Yeah, I remember that the first rack.
And so that's one game she should have won. And every game that you miss is a 2-game swing.
Yeah.
And then she missed just in the previous game to this one. She overhit shape going from the 8 to the 9, and it was just simple, just boom, boom, and she ended up tough on the 9 and missed it. And Allison won that game, even though they each had a couple of shots at it. And so LoreeJon's got to be sick. She knows she had plenty of opportunities, and but I've seen these 2 play so many times, and they both have made very uncharacteristic errors.
Well, it seems like they need more events to play in and which
That's
would
what
help
it
them.
is. That's what Kelly and I were talking about.
Yeah.
Girls aren't tournament tough.
Yeah, they're not staying in stroke.
Right,
Or,
yeah.
or staying tournament tough.
Right. You know, you always used to be in stroke, and you always were tournament tough.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
we used to
right.
have tournaments every 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. Still, like with the men players, a lot of players will gamble 2 or 3, 4 days, week before the event.
Well, that's what they always did. They'd gamble on their way. In the old days, they'd gamble on their way to the next event.
Yeah, and that keeps them. They get really tough. They get in a tournament,
right.
and it seems easy to them
Right.
after that.
Yeah, it's just a tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Allison does not like that shot. LoreeJon loves it. At least she has got a relatively simple shot in the side. Well, it's not simple because she's in the jaws of the pocket, but
Right. She just doesn't have to cue off the rail so much.
right,
a
she
little
can
bit
use
off.
the opening for the pocket to at least stroke the ball. I think LoreeJon is stroking faster than she used to. Okay, she got a break.
Trick shot.
She's not even going to apologize. So that's what she just told LoreeJon. I'm not even going to apologize.
What's funny is we did a few exhibition matches with Francisco Bustamante and Alex Paguline, and they were shooting balls off the points like that on purpose.
Right.
And actually made a few of
Yeah.
them.
I remember New York Blackie showed me how to make the 8-ball off the side pocket in the corner.
Yeah.
That was years and years ago, and Efren is a master at it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good recovery. Use the 4 as a stopper. She has a chance to get in line here.
It's a long shot on 3.
Yeah, but at least she's fairly straight in. She doesn't have to do anything other than make the ball.
Yeah, just make the ball. All right, come on down, make the 4 ball.
Yeah. It's got to be tough. You know, LoreeJon retired for a few years, and so she's trying to come back. And she said it's just tough.
Yeah, they're going to have to do what a lot of the ladies are doing. Karen Core comes to mind right away. They play in a lot of the open events, and get in there, and they become, you get tournament tough playing in those. And of course, there's always the 2-man tournaments you can get into.
Well, LoreeJon doesn't do that.
Right,
That's never been part of LoreeJon's.
right. She has been playing in some of the open tournaments. I've seen her playing a few of them.
Yeah, the local ones. And she didn't come to Derby this year. She did play in it last year in the 9-ball.
Yeah.
And
She played at the Sparkle City shootout that
yes,
we had out there
right.
in South Carolina.
yeah. Well, Allison smells victory. I think she's going to just play for the bank, I think. No, she's going to come between them, or she's going to just go into them and try to get lucky. Look at this. She didn't want that to go in.
No, she didn't. She's in a tough spot here now with the 7 ball.
Yeah.
Really tough. That actually may have cost her this game.
It may cost her the game. It's hard to tell from the booth, but she's not even looking at the side, cutting it back into the side. That might even be preferable. But she's going to cut it in the corner. And see, I don't like this because I don't like that side pocket. Scratching one rail, coming across and scratching on that side.
Oh, easy to do.
Yeah.
Really easy to do.
See, I like to cut it backwards and come underneath the 9. But maybe it's laying too low for her. And then if you shoot as straight as Allison does,
Wow, what a shot.
yeah,
Hell of a shot
what a
right
great
there.
shot. Wow. And LoreeJon threw in the towel. Yeah, they're old friends from way back.
Yeah. Well, it's good sportsmanship there.
Absolutely.
Dropped that ball by accident.
Absolutely. No Okay, so that leaves
Congratulations,
the
Allison
final.
Fisher.
Yeah.
and a
All right,
victory
ladies and gentlemen, the
over
rest of the
LoreeJon
day here,
Hasson.
we're going to have, it's going to be one lost side matches the whole day. All the winter side matches, there were 6 of them, all scheduled the same round here, so we will not have any more winter side matches to show you. But we're going to pan the camera over to another match that's still in progress right now, but it's getting really close, but it's like 7-4, and that's Monica Webb and Christina Koch. And we're going to transfer the camera over to that for just a second and catch the end of that match. So thanks for being here, and we're gonna keep the cameras rolling and scoreboards the rest of the day, and we may have some commentary here and there. We'll let you know on that on the Pool Action TV Facebook page and the WPBA Masters event page as well. So stay with us. We're going to pan over to one of the other matches in progress: Christina Koch and Monica Webb, and it's hard to tell what the score is, but I think Christina Koch is leading Monica Webb currently 7-4. We'll be right back.